Hi guys, today we'll talk about what we can teach our kids about money, like at every age. Understanding this first, I'm going to share with you about the story of Warren Buffett, how he make money. At the age of 11, he started investing, and what other things happens in his life in the early age. So we're going to talk about this, and I'm going to show you about the story, like how Warren Buffett and about the little bit background about Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett knows the Oracle of Omaha. He was born in Omaha, Nebraska, and around 1930, and regarded one of the most successful businessmen of all time. And his investment strategy of the firm is very successful. He became a millionaire at the age of 30 and a billionaire by the age of 56. And he is one of the richest person in this world. So how it all happened? Warren Buffett is a son of a Harvard Buffett. He is the second of three children, and their father is one of the stockbroker successful politician, where he believed that investing is a lesson Warren Buffett learned from his father. So the first investment he was like how he gonna started, like he used to drink Coca-Cola at the time, and then he used to collect the caps of Coca-Cola, and then used to see which of the drinks is selling most of at that time. Well, her mother was a homemaker, and she used to manage the family investment. She was a frugal manager, like whatever, like she is very conservative about her money. Like it's not like she used to spend the money. She is very crucial, and she have a habit to buy anything in a discount store, and then to save money and to some charity donation and all the stuff. So he Warren Buffett raised him with a strong sense of responsibility and independent thinker to take his own decision, and teaching an important lesson about financial and sound investment principle. So Warren Buffett, whatever he learned from his parents. So parents was one of the main, I can say, a backbone of Warren Buffett. That whatever Warren Buffett is today, due to their parents. If you see here, there is a graph here. You can see that Warren Buffett started investing in the age of 11, where with the three sisters, and with by the time of when he was 15 years old, he made around six k. Then by the age of 30, he made first $1 million. Like it was his determination, and the determination come from the family, because the mother used to tell that you have to save your money, because money is not something it is a very hard-earned money. And he used to see his father, like he's working, he's a stockbroker. So financial parts he learned from his father, and whatever the household item, like whenever he used to see a mom buying something in a discount store, so he have he got a perceived, like okay, everything you buy in a store so that you can save your money for your future benefit. By the time he was around 56 of age, he made his first $1 billion. In this way, he became the billionaire of this world, and become one of the very successful businessmen and richest person in this world. So this is one of the story I share with you about Warren Buffett. Like how you're gonna teach your children. Very when the children is growing around 8 to 9 year old, 10 years old, like, you should be sharing kind of stories to your kids, like who is Warren Buffett, how he made money, and what are the things, what are the hard work he did, and all. So if you see, I just share you when the kid was around 3 to 5 year old. The first is that you should be sharing the what is the value. You should be showing them a coin or something note, and then you should be identifying item, like oh, this have a cost. Like suppose you are sharing something, and that is a cost, something like it is a toy. So toy doesn't come in a free. You have to just when he then the kid will be a 5 year old, he should be understanding what a toy come with a cost. It is not a free of cost. Your father, your mother have made lots of sacrifices. They have really worked hard to buy that any toy for you. People earn money while working. You have to make your kid understand that money never grow in a tree. So people go to work and they work hard, and then your mom and dad get the money for you so that you can live a very beautiful life. Then the very important, and when the kid is around 5 year old, you have to show your kid, you have to give a reason that what is want and need. So need is something you have a food, water, and that is the basic thing. It is a need, but the differences between and the need and want is very dicey regarding the kid's age. So you have to make them understand what is need and what is want. Want is something you want burger, you want a cold drink, you want a Coca-Cola, you want to paint a picture, anything that you want, but that is on you don't have a need for that, but still you love to have that. But do you perceive that? So that is the differences, little bit differences. You need to just share with your kids so that by the time they will grown up, they will be able to understand what is a want and what is a need. The first lesson I'm going to share with you the story about marshmallow test, and it is a very successful test where a choice is given to a kid, a small kid. If you see the photograph, kid of marshmallow, literally that or you eat one marshmallow or else you wait for some time, for some period of time. So you will receive a two marshmallow to eat, and to waiting for that time you will get a reward of your patience. So it is a patience test. Whenever your kids ask you something like I want this toy, if you see, you can buy anything for your kid, but at least you keep a patience. You tell, okay, fine, I'm going to share give you this toy, but you have to wait for 2 days. Okay, then I will give one more benefit out of that. So once your kid will start understanding the value of patience, because it's not something, everything you never grow in a tree, money never comes so easily. So this is one of the tests, and follow up the study shown the result of this test showed that weighted generally had been better outcome. Those kids who have waited to get two marshmallow just for some time, because when you put the marshmallow on the plate and the kid is looking at the marshmallow, he will love to eat it. But when you tell your kids, okay, fine, I will give you two if you wait for an hour, then it is very hard for a kid to unable to. But he will learn the lesson. If those kids who have waited it in the terms of academic success, health, and overall well-being, it is found that these kids are very good. They have really developed a very nice nature, and this outcome is very nice for those kids. So my first lesson is like, first I'll just share with the Warren Buffett, like your mother and father as a parents, you should be understanding that you have to needs and wants should be very clear with your kids. You have to show them the lessons like this to your kids. Secondly, when your kids will be around 6 to 10 years old, when you're growing up, and allow discussion. Talk about your kids, what is money, and then how you're going to make. You tell about your life stories. You share some stories with your kids so that because stories is something your kid will able to understand so easily. And choice to how to spend your money. You give your kids a choice. Okay, this is $10 or it is around 100 rupee, and how you like to spend it. So I will buy chips, I will buy Coca-Cola, or you want to have burger, anything. But your choice is going to make your kids more able to understand about the value of money. And you should be teaching your kids about the price comparison. Suppose some days a discount in a Coca-Cola and your kid want to drink, and in other store there is some more discount. So your kids should be able to understand this. We can compare the price with the two different stores, and where we'll get the less price, if you're going to save more money out of that. Then if you wish, you can open a saving account, piggy bank. You can put whatever money you will give your kid will put the money and save. When your kid will be growing above 10 years and 11 to 13 years, that is the very time where your kid is get growing up and looking around the world in a different angle. Where you tell your kids, okay, this is your pocket money I'm going to give you. Suppose it's $50, or some, you have to at least you have to save 10% out of that and to keep in a piggy bank. So that way your kids will start learning in 3 years how to save the money. And you have to able to understand, okay, in 3 years, $5, if $10 you are saving in a month, in 12 months you're going to save at least $120, and then it's going to help you in your future. And then this way is a goal setting. Like this is a goal setting you can do with your kids. Then is a value of hard work. You will show them like, okay, you cook something or you make something in your house. Okay, I'm going to give you some cash out of that. So it is a hard work. You have to get your kids to work something for you. Okay. Then in that way, your kids will going to learn something. Don't spend money you don't have. And this is a very nice, like if you don't have money, don't spend. Live below your means. You don't have to be, you don't have to show your other friends like you are very superior enough that you are a rich. No, never do that. So this is a very basic. You need to teach your kids about that. Importance of privacy and security. Like you have to teach where your money you're keeping. You should be in a safe side. You should not be throwing money here and there, or you're not keeping anywhere that anybody can pick. You have to be very cautious about your privacy. So privacy is very important. When your kid will be in a teenage, like 14 to 18, in teenage, that is a very crucial time for the kids to grown up and to see that world in a different way again. When he will be in a high school, creating a budget, you don't give your kid, okay, this is your monthly expenditures, I'm just going to give you $200. No, at least break, like what is the food, how much your clothes will come, how much is your like party, how much it will be your other expenditure, how much is your food. So make a budget and then give the money to them. And while budgeting, also keep 10% saving. That is a mandatory. So in this way, your kid will start at the age of 11, your kid will start 10%, and then by the age of 18, still the kid will go to save. If you're going to save $10 also, end of the year, after 5, 7 years, 8 years, the kid will go to have $1,000. How to Then you have to show them how to write a check, because kids never know what is check and all. So this is the way you can show how to write a check. Importance of credit card. There's no credit card, no credit. There's no importance of credit card. Okay, whatever money you make, you do. Importance of avoiding the credit card. Credit card is very bad. Should not be. Your kid should not getting into involved in getting credit and then buying something, then later part paying interest and all the stuff. Your kids should be able to understand who they are, what are the job they can do, how to get a job after 18. So this is one of the lesson I'm just sharing with you with the different age, like what you should be doing if you want a prosper and healthy future for your kid, because you don't want your kid to be in a rat race where your kid is working uh, till 100 years and hand to mouth. No way. Financial literacy is one of the very much important for kids. The basic for kids I'm just sharing is like what is money and how does it work. So you have to show them what is money, how money, what is the barter system and all. Needs and what I already shared with you, like what is the need, what is the want, and teach what is the priorities in essential. Like you can have anything in your house also. Why you need to go every time in a restaurant to eat something? So need and what you have to share. And then why saving money is like growing a tree? Because when you have a small seed, suppose a 10 bucks, your kid is saving in a monthly to 120 in a year, in 10 years it will be more than 1,000. So I'm just giving a small example of cup of coffee. Around suppose it costs $3.5, and in a month you are drinking in anywhere out like $105 you're paying. In a year, $1,260. So if you save that money for 30 years with a 6% very basic return, if you're putting your money in S&P 500 also, you will go to get until 12% of return double. So it will be around $100,000. If you're putting your money in S&P 500, it will be around $200,000. It's too easy to make your kids able to understand that money, if you put small money, it will grow in a big tree. And that way, this is the best way to you can help your kid in because these things is very hard you will be able to learn in a school. So it is the only parents who can able to teach them how to create a piggy bank and saving. Like you have to buy a piggy bank for your kid, and what 10% I just shared with you the lesson. And the small goal, like okay, this year you're gonna save 120 uh, around $1,000, and then you can use that money in anything whatever you can do that, and other investment. What is a budget? Weekly managing weekly budget, you have to show them how does money come from. So you have to teach them like how money come from. It come from your job. So your father is doing a job, and money coming from investment, money come from rental. So when the kids will grow around 15, 17 year age, the kids you have to be very friendly enough with the kids. Like how your parents make money. So you have to tell your parents, see, I make money from this way. I want you to do what is best for you. What is your passion? Allow you to do that. That you have to place little bit games and challenge games and all with your kids. Like fun challenges, like splitting money in a different like jar. This is saving jar, this is expenditure jar, and whatever money you give this only this. Suppose if I giving $10, so like 1 cent you have to keep here, $1 you have to keep here. Then this is a smart game you can play with. So just the habit of saving, you have to at least buy a piggy bank for your kids so that they should get that habit to save the money. Then start your own mini business. Like suppose in your home only. I'm just saying like. Small tell your kids to make a lemon stand, and then you only pay that $3 to your kid. So when you have to pay, I'm just sharing an example. Suppose when you want to pay your kid pocket money, suppose $10. So you tell your kids, okay, you make a lemon for me, and I will pay you $10. So in this way, like your kids will able to understand, okay, I'm giving this drink to my parents and my cousins, or so I'm getting a money out of that. So this way your kids will going to learn about the money. In this way you will able to give the understanding to your kid. Like suppose you at the age of 20 your kids like is going to be above 18, So if you start investing 300 in a month, and for 10 years, and age you stop adding any money, it will be around your total investment will be $36,000. So by the time you will be in a retirement age of 65 with the 8% interest, so 8% is like is very less. If you're going to put your money, as I said, in S&P 500 also, it will be around 10-12%. So it will be around $1 million for you. So small investment with the age. If you see, if you're not starting at 20, if you're starting at 55, just you didn't make any money. If you're starting at 35, you just $200,000 $50. Then if you're starting at 45 is just $100,000. So it's hardly any minimum. But if you're at the age of 20, if your kid able to understand that whatever salary I'm going to get, I'm at least for $300, I'm saving money with the interest rate of very minimum. If I'm putting the money in S&P 500, I'm not buying any stock, any nothing for my rest of my life. This is one of my habits. Then your kid will at least going to have $1 million, and they will be very thankful to you for the advice you have given to your kid. Then you have to definitely go to make them understand what is broke and what is rich, because the perception today world is like when you see the different world, kids will able to understand like rich people are like you want to rich, you have to have a car, sneakers, you have a party, you have to wear a very expensive dress. But that is not a definition really rich. If you're rich, you're wealthy, your bank account, you have a house, and you don't have any liability, you don't have any credit card. You see, you when the day your kid, anybody can buy anything, whatever they like, without any credit, wi- and everything will be asset. Then that is a wealthy person and that is a rich person. And when the rich person know that I can buy anything in this world, they don't need to you need to go for a very expensive item or something. Whatever they will go to wear it, or it is the thing they can afford it. So set a trend line of investment with your kids, that you have to want to be rich. You start investing, wear a normal cloth initially. Or when you make money, you buy anything. When you have your own money, you invest in your book. You read all the journals, you read all the news, you read about the stock, you read about the investment and all, and start learn something new. What is happening? So again, I'm going to revamp what I just shared with you about a kid, like age of 4 to 7, like about the what is money, and never argue with your kids about the money. So tell them what is the money you need, and 13 to 15, let them know about the budgeting, about the saving, and understanding about money more. At 16, 18, teach them about the basic of investment, what is investing, what is college ROI, what is expenditure going to happen. And by age of 8 to 12, teach about the saving allowances, and how to create a grocery, what is a budgeting, and how to open a bank account and all. Well, this is one of the thing very important from the book of Rich Dad and Poor Dad. Like, take from the rich don't work for money. That is true. If you have to teach your kid that if you work for money, money will never going to come with for you. You have to work for your excellence. Okay, you have to make a pipeline that you have to create a passive income. That if you don't work also, you should not be dependent on your work to make money. Your investment, your rental, your different source of your royalty should be paying you at end of the month. Pay yourself first. Only saving is not comes. You have to look, because even you are working in a company, so you are one of the person who is very, you know, you have to look after yourself first. Invest in assets. Anything by that give a value and perceive value to your life, and raise you from one level to second level. And it is not asset unless you're making a profit and all. If it is not asset, don't go for a liability. Okay, just buying a very expensive car and paying bank interest, and then you're in a debt is not something like you're gonna make lots of money out of that. So if you're driving a very simple car, but you have a bank balance, it's enough. Because end of the your kid should be wealthy enough to live a very good life. Teach your kid for the study. You become what you study, because your teach if your kid is not reading journal, not about the investment, about not about what's going on around the world, uh, about the finance, so definitely they will be zero in finance. So your kid should be knowing about the basic financial, what is happening. And always tell your kid, surround yourself with the people who are smarter than you, because your kid want to grow, right? So you have to tell your kids, you make your friends that who are smarter than you, not dumb. And it is very important because the surroundings and the people who create people. So your kid should be very smart enough to able to understand like what kind of people, what kind of friend they should have. Now I'm going to share with a small example, a video. Watch the video how the brain works. If you teach your brain, if you teach your kid from early age, it will be a game changer. I'm just
Hey,
sharing.
it's me, Destin. Welcome back to Smarter Every Day. You've heard people say it's just like riding a bike, meaning it's really easy and you can't forget how to do it, right? But I did something. I did something that damaged my mind. It happened on the streets of Amsterdam, and I got really scared, honestly. I can't ride a bike like you can anymore. Before I show you the video of what happened, I need to tell you the backstory. Like many 6-year-olds with a MacGyver mullet, I learned how to ride a bike when I was really young. I had learned a life skill and I was really proud of it. Everything changed though when my friend Barney called me 25 years later. Where I work, the welders are geniuses and they like to play jokes on the engineers. He had a challenge for me. He had built a special bicycle and he wanted me to try to ride it. He had only changed one thing. When you turn the handlebar to the left, the wheel goes to the right. When you turn it to the right, the wheel goes to the left. I thought this would be easy, so I hopped on the bike ready to demonstrate how quickly I could conquer this.
And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Destin Sandlin. First attempt riding the bicycle.
All right. So the faster I go, the better. Yeah.
I couldn't do it. You can see that I'm laughing, but I'm actually really frustrated. In this moment, I had a really deep revelation. My thinking was in a rut. This bike revealed a very deep truth to me. I had the knowledge of how to operate the bike, but I did not have the understanding. Therefore, knowledge is not understanding. Look, I know what you're probably thinking. Destin's probably just an uncoordinated engineer and can't do it. But that's not the case at all. The algorithm that's associated with riding a bike in your brain is just that complicated. Think about it. Downwards force on the pedals, leaning your whole body, pulling and pushing the handlebars, gyroscopic precession in the wheels, every single force is part of this algorithm. And if you change any one part, it affects the entire control system. I do not make definitive statements that often, but I'm telling you right now, you cannot ride this bicycle. You might think you can, but you can't. I know this because I'm often asked to speak at universities and conferences and I take the bike with me. It's always the same. People think they're going to try some trick or they're just going to power through it. It doesn't work. Your brain cannot handle this. For instance, this guy, I offered him $200 just to ride this bike 10 feet across the stage. Everybody thought he could do it.
No, you didn't understand. You didn't understand. So, this way. Okay. All right, just a second. All right, so, whenever you're ready. Yeah. Wait. No, you have to keep your feet on. Dude, all right, here we go. Wait. Like, you gotta start rolling at least. And go. Oh, go! Alright, back up. Okay, wait. Keep your feet on the pedal. Go. Go right on. Just keep your feet on the pedals. Tails on. Yeah, come on. Alright, one more time. Okay.
Once you have a rigid way of thinking in your head, sometimes you cannot change that, even if you want to. So here's what I did. It was a personal challenge. I stayed out here in this driveway and I practiced about 5 minutes every day. My neighbors made fun of me. I had many wrecks, but after 8 months, this happened. One day I couldn't ride the bike and the next day I could. It was like I could feel some kind of pathway in my brain that was now unlocked. It was really weird though. It's like there's this trail in my brain, but if I wasn't paying close enough attention to it, my brain would easily lose that neural path and jump back onto the old road it was more familiar with. Any small distractions at all, like a cell phone ringing in my pocket, would instantly throw my brain back to the old control algorithm and I would wreck. But at least I could ride it. My son is the closest person to me genetically, and he's been riding a normal bike for 3 years. That's over half his life.
Well, if you see this, Jesh, I've shared with you this video and able to make you understand that if you're going to teach your kid, okay, in early age, like about finance literacy, and then the stories behind, so you can program the brain, like okay, it's not how the world goes around. It's more important than how you want. When you want something for your kid, if you're ready to give what I have share you the lesson, like definitely your kid will be by the grown up, he will be very wealthy. He will be able to understand the want and need, then able to understand how to save the money, able to understand saving is so important, then able to understand the no credit card in their life, and able to understand what who are broke, who are rich, and how to be rich, and then what is job, then what are the source of income and all. So I think this is a lesson I've just shared with you all about how to teach our kid about the investment and about the finance. I hope it's going to help you in your investment journey. And do let me know if anything else I can help you, or do subscribe my channel. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching my channel. Thank you so much.